Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we discover whether we can progress in two cup competitions. First of all, the Europa Conference League and then the FA Cup. Welcome to Making Tottenham Hot Spurs Again. Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Making Tottenham Hot Spurs Again. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have games against a Rapid Vienna in the European Conference League second knockout round, second leg, and then we have an FA Cup quarter-final against Liverpool. But I was very remiss of me on the last episode is I didn't actually go over the Watford game, which I promised I would do, which was sandwiched between Leeds and our Rapid Vienna games that you saw on camera. Watford, we actually did get a 1-0 win, a goal from Lucas Moura after just 4 minutes, but we pretty much hung on to that throughout the game. Not really under any major issues, I don't think, if my memory serves me right. In fact, it was fairly even Stevens in the end. It was just that one goal after 4 minutes, as I say, from Lucas Moura that made a huge difference. Just making sure my speaker is switched off for fear that it makes a racket, and then I think we're going to get the goal. We are going to get the goal. So this is the goal from Lucas Moura. After 4 minutes, Bergwijn, Dele Alli crosses in, Lucas Moura with a head down onto the ground, and it sort of bounced in front of the goalkeeper into the back of the net. And we hung on to that throughout. But as you'll see, Watford were pretty much, they're not made so. The only thing that we really exceeded on was possession in that game. And you'll see Bergwijn taking an injury. Then we had the 5-0 win against a Rapid Vienna, and then since then we've had a 1-0 win against Brentford. Again, that man Lucas Moura scoring the goal. As you see, we did have a lot more of this game. Tired from the Rapid Vienna game, but we did pretty much cover this throughout. Never really in any amount of danger. Dembele round there, found Lucas Moura in space, and Lucas Moura just tucked that on the inside the near post. Goalkeeper would have been frustrated at that. Early doors again, 7 minutes in, and gave us the win. And that's where we're at. Where does that leave us in the Premier League table? It leaves us 5 points clear of Manchester City, who are currently in second place on 63 points. Liverpool have dropped down to third now on 62. Not really having a good time just recently. As you'll see, they drew 1-1 with West Ham when we beat Brentford. And then prior to that, got to find them now. They are drew 0-0 with Aston Villa. So they've drawn the last two games, which has put a dent. They've effectively dropped 4 points, which had they got those 4 points would have been very close behind us still. But they've gone off the boil a little bit, but Manchester City are sitting there behind us. We do have a slight advantage now over Manchester City, but we do need to keep going. 9 games to go to the end of the season. And each one is very, very important in as much as we need to keep up the momentum. No Premier League games in this particular episode, unfortunately. Since we are focusing on these two cup competitions, our next Premier League game. And in fact, I was going to say, does Manchester City? No, Manchester City play the same time as us. A 3 o'clock kickoff in our next one. In our next game, of course, is against Wolves, as you'll see in the Premier League, then against Leicester, which would have been on this episode, but obviously got pushed out because of the FA Cup quarter-final. And then we'll be coming back somewhere around here, Chelsea, Liverpool, possibly, as we've had Liverpool now, we might push that out, but obviously it depends on what happens in these two cup competitions, whether there's extra games squeezed in there, which potentially they could be. Anyway, enough said. Let's have the Europa Conference League quarter-final and semi-final draws. Why they're drawing them now, I'm not too sure, before the second leg of the competition, but they are. And let's see who will be playing. And the draws for the quarterfinal and semi-final of the Europa Conference League. Let's have a look at the draws for this one. And the first draw is for the quarterfinals in the pot. AZ, Alkmaar or Roma, Salzburg or Rennes, PSV or Celtic, Transport or Feyenoord, Midtjylland or Anderlecht, or Olympique Lyonnais, AA Ghent, Rapid Vienna or Tottenham, Vitesse or Copenhagen. And they are the teams in the draw. So let's see who we're going to draw if we're successful in progressing into the quarterfinals, which we're in a good position. It's Olympique Lyonnais or Ghent will play Transport or Feyenoord. Salzburg or Rennes will play Vitesse or Copenhagen. PSV or Celtic will face a Rapid Vienna or Tottenham. So depending on how that goes, PSV leading that after the first leg, so it could be a match against PSV or against Celtic, an all British quarterfinal. AZ or Roma will play Midtjylland or Anderlecht. So that is how the draw has unfolded. And having done the quarter-final draw, I think we're about to do the semi-final draw. Yep, here we go. Go for the semi-final draw. So this is really convoluted now. 4 teams on each side of the draw, but we'll see how, if we can get past the quarter-final, what the semi-final looks like. So it's AZ or Roma or Midtjylland or Anderlecht will play PSV or Celtic or Rapid Vienna or Tottenham will play then Salzburg or Rennes or Vitesse or Copenhagen will play Olympique Lyonnais or Ghent or Transport or Feyenoord. So that is how the quarterfinal and the semi-final draws come out. We are away in the first leg of both if we get through to them, which means if there is an advantage in doing so, it does mean that we know what we need to do when we come back to the Tottenham Stadium. That's the draw for the Europa Conference Leagues then. I'll hand you back to Passmark. So thank you to Passmark for the Europa League draws, Europa Conference League, I should say, draws for the quarterfinal. We won't get ahead of ourselves. They don't show up on here just yet, obviously, because we haven't got past Rapid Vienna. Could come back and beat us 6-0, of course, in this second leg. Let's hope not. And once we've got past then we'll see how that fits into the schedule. But now we know what our path to the final will be if we can get past this and also the quarterfinal in this particular competition. So without any more to do, let's get on and see if we can progress to that quarterfinal. And this is the game, the second leg of the second knockout round against Rapid Vienna. And here we are, the game against Rapid Vienna. PSV or Celtic waiting for us. If we get past this, it's looking like PSV Eindhoven at the moment, based on the fact that they are 4-2 up in their particular leg. Castile's in goal. Davis, Romero, Saul and Emerson Royal. Davis coming in on the left. Don't think Regillion is 100%. So hence why he has come in on that left-hand side. Dembele and Holzberg continue in our midfield with Son, Ali and Lucas Moura, the goal scorer on the two Premier League games, on the right. On our attacking midfield, Kane up front, and on the bench we have Galini, Dyer, Winks, Bergwijn, Tanganga, Skip, Doherty, Regillion, Gill, Lotutla, Sanchez, and the same as we did in the last leg, haven't actually got the 12th man in. I'm not quite sure, is that because we haven't actually got a 12th man available? We're going to have to go to unavailable, and I'm not sure we have. Let's have a look. He's away. We haven't actually got a 12th man, so we're actually going to go into this game due to injuries and so on and so forth, and we can't actually field a full bench, which is is very surprising. So that'll be why. Anyway, so that is the bench, minus one person. Latutla also appearing on there as the extra goalkeeper, mainly because he can, to make up numbers. But anyway, there we go. That is the team that is going to face Rapid Vienna. 5-0 up from the first leg. What's the second leg going to bring us? And we're underway. The teams are out. As you see, 5 straight wins is our recent form. Rapid Vienna, having lost their last match, I think that was against us. So lost 2, drawn 2, 1-1 in the last 5. And warming up on the pitch, we're underway. Rapid Vienna in a red today. And if we just pause this a second, what we're actually looking for here is Celtic and PSV. They're in the thing. I'm not sure why we're in there twice, but we are. That's how it's looking. And ball all the way back to the goalkeeper. Nothing happening after 15 minutes. Saul's going to cut this one out. Forward to Hodgberg. Hodgberg fights Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura, who come inside. He's looking for Emerson Royal on this overlap. Emerson Royal crosses the ball in looking for Kane. Didn't find him. Hodgberg. Dele Alli. Dembele. A rocket from just outside the area. 10th goal of the season. And Dembele puts us 1 up. 6-0 on aggregate after 16 minutes. And he's picked up a yellow card 2 minutes after that as well. Too excited, possibly. Corner. Davis with the corner. Crosses it in. Oh, just wide of the post. I'm not sure who that was, but it was just wide. Emerson Royal thrown into Lucas Moura. Hodgberg. Dele Alli. Kane. Kane back for Lucas Moura. Pushes it through for Dele Alli. Oh, he's come off the post. Thought he'd got that in the back of the net, but no. He'd completely fluffed that one. Davis, Son, Dembele. Dembele comes forward, finds Dele Alli. Davis to Son. Dembele again, back to Son. Dembele. Hodgberg through to Lucas Moura, and Lucas Moura, who's been recently finding the back of the net, swept that wide. Still Celtic 0, PSV 0. PSV will be happy with that. 4-2 up on aggregate. And while Celtic aren't causing them any problem, that one's headed over the top from Emerson Royal or Saul. I'm not sure who it was, but over the top. Not having it all our own way. And they've headed wide from a free kick. Castiles now gets us back underway. Romero is in. Sanchez been playing in the league. Romero been playing in the cup. Emerson Royal Lucas Moura, Dele Alli, Kane, Lucas Moura, Emerson Royal evaded the tackle, tried to get that through to Dembele, but gave it away. And they can build an attack, one over the top. Saul's going to be underneath this one, tidies up, back to Casteels. Saul, Romero, build from the back again, Davis. Comes forward, Son, Dembele. He's coming forward. He's having a launch one again. Having got one on target. Fancied himself again. But over the top. 6-0 on aggregate still. And Rapid Vienna try and build from the back. Kane putting him under pressure. Had to pass it back to the goalkeeper, who was well outside his area. If anything had gone wrong then, it would have been good night nurse. But they're coming forward and looking for space. Crosses it in deep. It's headed in. And Ledra straight into the arms of Casteels, who was gratefully positioned right on this occasion. 10 shots, 2 on target. Looking like at half-time. Not been all our own way, but we're quite happy. 61% of the possession. We'll stick with that. They've had 3 shots, 2 of which have been on target. So that one we saw right at the end of that half there as well. So only room for improvement in the second half. We'll just make this a bit more comfortable if we can. And you come back for the second half. Kane is going to get us underway. Passes back to Hodgberg. No changes at half-time that I'm aware of. We're all good and ready for this second half. Son from Dembele to Son. Dele Alli now comes forward. Davis cuts it inside to Dele Alli, and there's a foul there on the edge of the area, but Dembele gets his second of the game, 11th of the season, and with just an extra 30 seconds on the clock in this second half, you can safely say I think we're through. 7-0 on aggregate, 2-0 on the night. Not such a comprehensive win as we did in Vienna, but I think we did turn the tap on as they got tired. And another good shot from Dembele from a little way out, but right, Son has taken a knock now, which is a little bit of a worry. All right, it's 50 minutes. We're just gonna see if he runs it off a little bit. If not, he's not running it off. We are going to change him then. Let's get in there and sort this out. We don't really want to lose him. And we're going to bring Brian Gill on for Son, which isn't the best really. And we're back on the way again. Romero with the free kick. Bruckner needs marking apparently. Let's sort that out while we can. Bruckner needs to be marked. Which we've done. It's Dele Alli on the ball. Hodgberg. Back to Romero. Saul. Hodgberg. Emerson Royal. Dele Alli. Kane. Dembele through. Dele Alli's going to get there. He is. The ball bobbled for a minute and eventually it was there. He's 15th, I think, of the season. I didn't quite see that. Was looking more at what was going on. I thought the referee was in close proximity there. Kane and Dembele, lovely ball through. Dele Alli, I thought, had fluffed this. Goalkeeper sort of got his foot to it, got underneath Dele Alli's feet. Dele Alli managed to pick it out and just poke it in the back of the net. Yes, we'll do the changes. And they kick off. Just 60 minutes on the clock, and it's 8-0 on aggregate, 3-0 on the night. And Rapid Vienna coming forward here. Oh, Casteels managed to get their way, but we did tidy it up in the end. Kane comes away. He's cut back. Hodgberg, who's had a good game, back to Saul. And we settle down. Celtic 1, PSV 1. So Celtic did take the lead, got themselves back in, but PSV responded and replied immediately 1 minute afterwards. So it's now 5-3 on aggregate. And I think PSV pretty much going towards the next round. And possibly, and that's gone in from Romero, but the referee's questioning it. It's going to be a VAR. And it has been awarded. It's all good. His first goal of the season. Romero was onside. I don't know what the issue was there. See it again. Kane potentially was offside, but not interfering with play. I think they've given it, and we're all good. So it is now 9-0 aggregate, 4-0 on the night. And possibly time for another change. If only we've got the game against Liverpool coming up. I think we can make 4 changes in this particular game. 70 minutes gone. I think what we're going to do is we'll take Lucas Moura off for Bergwijn. Hodgberg. We're going to take Emerson Royal off for Tanganga. And we're going to stick at that in a minute, just in case of any injuries. Throwing from Tanganga to Dele Alli, Bergwijn. So all change on this far side. Holzberg, Sewell, Holzberg, Bergwijn, Hodgberg, Tanganga, Bergwijn. It's all a bit tight over there. Holzberg, Dele Alli, Tanganga's come forward. Kane, nice build up. Dele Alli, Bergwijn, Tanganga. He flicks it inside to Dele Alli. Dembele, he's looking for his hat-trick, and the goalkeeper had to get rid of it. I'm not sure if it was going in or not, and I don't think the goalkeeper did either. Right, we're going to ignore that for a minute. We might come back to that in a minute. We might make a tactical change as well. Swung in and cleared. Romero will come out for it. He's Hodgberg, and the highlight disappears. So it's time possibly to make that final change. Nicholas Sewell apparently is tired, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring Sanchez, Davison Sanchez, on for him, just to give Sewell a bit of a rest. And then what we're going to do is we're also going to change the... No, don't want to do that. That's what I wanted to do. Right, so we're going to do our usual trick. We're going to drop Holzberg back into the defensive midfield role. We're going to drop Dele Alli back here and turn him into a ball-winning midfielder. Hodgberg is going to drop as a defensive midfielder on defend. And that will sort us to see the game out, I think. Not that we're under any pressure at all. And Davison Sanchez is uninterested. He's looking to move out. Anderlecht's 3-1 up against Midtjylland, who I think had actually got the first leg quite well. Anderlecht's having a good game against them. And interestingly now, just for good measure, we've lost the PSV Celtic information. So we'll wait and see how that all pans out. Rapid Vienna had a better game this time round, I think. Dele Alli. Nothing to lose, I guess. Dele Alli on the ball. Sanchez. Romero. Davis. Bryn Gill. He's got that out wide for Bergwijn. Bergwijn's got through to it. Crosses the ball in and looks like a penalty. Bryn Gill went to ground. A referee will call VAR in. And a penalty has been awarded. Dembele gets his hat-trick. No. A penalty was saved, but the ball's still live and nearly an own goal. Still 9-0 on aggregate. I'm not going to bother with that. We are in a situation where they have a corner and they have a goal. Had to get one, I guess. 9-1 on aggregates. That's their consolation. 2 minutes into injury time. 4 minutes, I think. And they've scored against Tottenham. And that is what they will take away. An ending 4-1 on the night. 9-1 on aggregate. 17 shots. 8 on target. 2.34 XG. 59% possession against their 13 shots, 7 of which are on target. 1.61 XG, which isn't bad. And that's how it has ended. So it's going to be a very, very well done. And very good. Who stepped up to mark? Well, Dembele had an excellent game, apart from the penalty that he missed. Dele Alli also had a good game. Ben Davis did well. Romero did well. Nicholas Saul. So there we go. That is the thing. Obviously, we've got our out of thing. That was a really impressive performance, even considering the recent form right. I'm happy with the way everyone's playing well, given 100% and deserved to win the match. Holzberg's now been put 14 times this season. Is that something that worries you? Don't think this is I think it's a problem. It's just part of football. My teams always compete with a combative mentality. Can we talk about Dembele's absolute blockbuster of a goal? When I saw him lining up for it, it was going to be special. Celtic 1, PSV 1, 5-3 on aggregate. So PSV will be our next opponents in this competition. We'll have a look how that looks in the way of the schedule now, because hopefully that will have shown up. There we go. In fact, they're coming up quick. We have the Premier League game against Wolves, and then it looks like a double header against PSV. So it'll be first and second legs PSV on the next episode by looks as it currently stands. Right, time is ticking on. It's going to be a long episode again if we're not careful. Let's move on to our second game of the episode. It's a game against Liverpool in the FA Cup quarter-final. And this is the team for the match against Liverpool in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Castells continues in goal. Reguilón, Sanchez, Saul and Tanganga. That's because who's injured? I can't remember who's injured now. Emerson Royal on the right-hand side. But we've also got... oh, no, Romero's on the bench. He's not 100% fit. Winks and Holzberg in midfield. Dembele has got an injury. He's out. In fact, he's on the bench as well. I think he's coming back. He did take a knock. And I think that was in training. Bergwijn on the left in place of Son, Ali and Lucas Moura. Kane up front. There is a question mark over Kane. What's going on here? Kane he needs a rest. I think that's why we've got a marker up against him. So it might be we have a bit of a change in a moment. On the bench, Galini, Romero, Skip, Son, Davis, Dembele and Brian Gill. Right, what we can do is thinking if we move Bergwijn over this side, we'll put Lucas Moura up front, and then we'll bring Brian Gill on for Kane. So we'll rest Kane unless we really need him. He's on the bench, and Lucas Moura can go up front. It's not our most ideal strategy, but in the circumstances, what's he best at? As advanced forward. He can play pressing forward. Not so good at deep line. We'll leave him as an advanced forward by the looks of it. Brian Gill. He can stay as a... Let's have him as an inverted winger, shall we? Bergwijn. Doesn't really matter. He's good. Right, neither of these two are better at a particular thing than the other, so we'll leave them as that. That's the team then. As I say, just a quick shuffle. Lucas Moura goes up front, so we'll just recap on that team. Casteels, Reguilón, Sanchez, Saul, Tanganga, Winks, Holzberg, Gill, Ali and Bergwijn. Lucas Moura up front, Galini, Romero, Skip, Son, Davis, Dembele and Kane. That is your team for this match against Liverpool. Can we get a win? We haven't beaten them yet, so I'm not holding my hopes up. And the teams are out on the pitch for this one. The Liverpool-Tottenham quarter-final of the FA Cup at Anfield. And we are underway. Liverpool starting off with the early bits. I've just realised they're playing with a defensive midfielder as well, which is very good. And they have gone off like a rocket. Casteels, Sanchez fires the ball forward for Bringill. He's lost the ball to Gomez, and they're coming forward for Mino. He's going to get this ball across. Keats, ooh, just wide of the post. Keita. Casteels to Saul this time. Sanchez, Winks, Brian Gill, and he's been tackled again. He's not having a good time out there, is he? Gomez, I think it's Henderson, took the ball off him. As they build from the back, Firmino. And they're through. Salah's in. Oh, dangerous, but Casteels a very tame shot in the end from Salah. Had a lot of this first half. So we head down into half time. Holzberg is looking tired already. And half time, we're still in it just. 15 shots, 7 on target for Liverpool, 4 shots, 1 on target for us. We're not in the game so far. Need to pick it up in the second half. Maybe we need to change tactics. And Bergwijn is about to kick us off. We haven't made any changes at half time, but we have moved people around. Dele Alli has gone out wide. Bryn Gill has come into the middle. Lucas Moura has gone out on the right. And Bergwijn has moved into the striker role. just to mix it up a little bit. It wasn't really players playing particularly well, and as you can see, they're getting tackled. Bryn Gill was getting beaten all over the place on that wing, and so that's what we've done. See how we progress in the second half. Need to get a bit more in because Keita is in, but bad pass. Lucas Moura tidying up. Lucas Moura in his role, more well-known role on that right-hand side. Reguilón, Winks, Dele Alli, and looking for a way. Sanchez back to Sul, and that highlight goes. Gomez with the throw in here on this far side. We do have a few other players in our arsenal if we need to bring them in. Hopefully not when we're a goal behind. That's gone. Oh, I thought it was going to go for a corner, but come off of Dele Alli, who defended that well, through to Casteels, who bowls it out to Sul. Sanchez fires the ball forward, but gives it away in doing so. And they build again. Gomez coming on now. Dele Alli in close attendance. He's blocked that again. Reguilón couldn't quite get to it, but Salah's in, and Diego Jota gets the opening goal. And I think it's time to make those changes. It's the only way we're going to get back in this. It was coming, and it was only a matter of time, I guess. Dele Alli doing his job there, but Reguilón not picking it up. The ball was in, and Diego Jota got round Tanganga. And it's time to bring in the big guns. Dele Alli is not playing well, so Son's going to come on for him. Bergwijn can drop back into that particular role. And what we'll do is Bryn Gill will come off for Harry Kane. And then I think what we'll also do at the same time, I'm going to make 3 changes, and Winks will come off for Dembele. That is the changes made. Holzberg is going to have to see the game out. And test to see whether we can get back into this game or not is about to happen. Sul to Sanchez. Sanchez fires Dembele. Hodgberg, Kane, Bergwijn looking for Son, didn't find him. And Diego Jota is in again. Oh, Tanganga is going to get it's a penalty for sure, and I'm thinking he might even get sent off. Yeah, it was definitely a penalty. And Mo Salah will make it 2, I feel sure, unless Casteel's up to it. And he didn't tuck it away. And I think we're going out of the FA Cup. Salah's 16th of the season. And time for us to open up into more positive frame of mind. Casteel's going the right way. Couldn't get his hand to it. Struck with power. Right, need to open up into positive. Fire the guys up. We're not taking that particularly well. And I think we're suffering from our European exploits. They're coming home to roost. For sure. Just shuffled the pack a little bit there. Hodgeberg is tired now. Casteels to Sewell. We're not going to get back in this. Hodgeberg, Tanganga, Lucas Moura. Kane goes out wide for Lucas Moura, but Milner is there to tidy up the ball forward. Sewell heads it down. Dembele looking for Lucas Moura, didn't find him, and that's been the story of our day. Wayward passes. Jones is in here on the right hand side. Can he cross it in? But Hodgeberg is there, cuts it out. Lucas Moura forward looking for Bergwijn. Bergwijn's not even moved. Lucas Moura cuts that one out, but Milner comes forward and they've got third, and struck from some distance, and Casteels was beaten, which is unusual for Casteels. It's not usually his style to get beaten. Van Dijk there, Fabinho, Origi, and Milner. I think he curled a little bit as well, and well beaten. Game comes to an end, and I think one that we need to just put to bed. What can we say? Point the finger. Not happy with your performance out there. Reguilón having an absolute stinker of a game on that side, of course. Anyway, we'll... I think the only individual was Casteels. In fact, I'm not even going to respond to it because I just don't think it desires a response. Disappointing result in your view. What happened today? Of course, it's frustrating. I don't want to lose, but we didn't deserve to win today. Why do you think it's your fault? I'm not saying I'm perfect. Nobody is, but results like this make it clear I have to improve. Right, right. I think that's the answer. Other than there was groans around the ground today at Reguilón's display. Yeah. I thought it was a need to replace him. I'd have done so. It's done like busy effort or something every time. It's difficult. There's one here. Nothing there that allowed me to think. Tottenham powerless to resist. Yeah, we were very disappointed in that one. But I suppose one less competition to have to worry about. We can just focus on the things that we need to focus on now. And yeah, moving on swiftly. Right, we will go away for a very short space of time. We're going to play against Wolves next Saturday. Or have we got a break? No, we've got a break, which would be quite good. Wolves in the Premier League, and then we'll come back for a double header of PSV in the European Conference League quarterfinals. So that will be our next next episode, which will be episode 13, and it'll be coming up very, very soon. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. Keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. New episodes of Making Tottenham Hotspurs again are currently released every Monday and Thursday. Currently, I say, you will see on the end titles that it actually has changed to Tuesday and Friday. It's because this coming week, Thursday will be the episode 13, which we'll tell you in a moment, and next week, because we've got a new series starting, we will change to a Tuesday and a Friday, so watch out for that. 4:15 p.m. doesn't change, and if you want to keep up to date what's happening Obviously, you need to, because things are changing. If you want to keep up to date, then follow me on Twitter, JustOffside2. That's where you need to be. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for episode 13. It's out on Thursday.